In Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, a total of 112 methods of meditation have been described, but there is a method of 111 breaths which is the simplest, most effective, and best for manifestation, so good that even Shiva himself used to use this method. Describing this method of 111 breaths, Shiva says, Swaz swaz yoj gati varod su antar bharvi stiti, that is, the state of bharvi is experienced between breathing and prasvavik, that is, when we breathe, that is, when we exhale, that is, prasvavana. In this pause, a deep and divine state can be experienced, which is called bharvi stiti. So stay with me till the end of this video. Today, I am going to share with you such a secret and valuable knowledge of three-step breathing present in Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, which will make you like a god. However, life and breath are often considered the same because it comes with life and goes away after death, because it is the breath that realizes different forms of consciousness and life, whether it is an animal, human, or deity. When there is a change in breath, then the life and consciousness of the person also changes accordingly. While a low-level breath is capable of turning a human into an animal, a high-level breath can also awaken divinity in a man. The heavier and lower the level of breath, the worse and lower is the life. Whereas when the breath is light and high, then his life is also of a high level. Man comes in between these two. If he drops his breath, then his life becomes hell. He attains a low speed in the next birth. Whereas if he raises it, then as a result his consciousness becomes like a god. And this is the point where it is possible to manifest, i.e. to materialize one's thoughts in the physical world. So now the question arises that what is such a way, what is such a method by which we can also attain a high speed? So in Bharvi Vigyan Tantra, Shiva tells such a method of 111 breaths, which he himself used to use, which is called Sahamvidya. This Sahamvidya is focused on such a special rhythm of breaths, such a wave of breaths. If its practice is done only once a day, then it is very beneficial. Even if it is done 111 times, in just a few days it changes the consciousness of a human being tremendously. It is obvious that with this increased consciousness, one can achieve anything. The ancient history of Sahamvidya is about 35 to 4,000 years old, the proof of which is mentioned in Hindu mythological texts such as Vedas and Upanishads. For example, Advaita Vedanta says that Aham Brahmasmi, i.e. the soul of a person and the omnipresent consciousness are one and the same. The simplest process to know this is called Sahamvidya. Jatajya hydrivom ratayudhrivam janma matsya chatasmata pariharyeth natva sakat marhes. According to the verse of Bhagavad Gita, death is certain for whoever is born and birth is certain for whoever dies, but in between there is an element called soul in human beings which neither takes birth nor does it ever die. When we sit quietly, close our eyes and concentrate on breathing, we mentally chant Saham, which means that while concentrating on the sound of So and Hum, we chant Saham mentally. Listening to the sound of Saham during the process of breathing. Its practice focuses on a particular rhythm of breathing. If we pay attention, the sound of Saham resonates with each inhalation and the sound of Hum resonates with each exhalation. This ancient Mahamantra was also the Guru mantra of Lord Shiva himself. According to the famous spiritual guru Sadhguru, if you bring your body to a certain level of aliveness and intensity, you will see that about 15 to 20% of your life will happen the way you want it. If you bring your mind to a level of intensity and awareness, you will see that about 50 to 60% of your life will happen the way you want it, and if you bring your energy to a level of intensity and awareness, you will see that about 100% of your life will happen the way you want it. In trying to achieve our dreams and desires, we often ignore the single most powerful tool we have, our breathing. When we breathe correctly and deeply, we get clarity in our mind and our energy becomes one with our desires. In the ancient traditions of yoga and tantra, the evidence of nadis is the flow of energy in our lives. Out of these, Ida, Pingala and Susum are the most important. Ida and Pingala are two channels of energy which run in different places in our body. Ida shows the physical aspect of our energy like our body, our mind, our intellect, whereas Pingala shows the male aspect of our energy, i.e. our consciousness, like the supreme consciousness or which is also called Shiva. And when Shiva and Shakti become one, i.e. Ida and Pingala nadi are situated in Susum, then only liberation or what is called manifestation is possible. There is a way to stabilize Ida and Pingala in Susum, which is called three-step breathing or the secret of 111 breaths. We can understand this with an example. This picture of Bajrangabali is a very good example of Ida and Pingala nadi being stable in Susum. For example, Lord Ram being on the right side of this picture shows the Pingala nadi aspect which awakens the consciousness and Purusha arth within us. Whereas Sita being on the left side shows the Dana nadi which awakens the mind. It is a symbol of natural qualities like intellect and body. Now Hanumanji was such a yogi who had perfected his Ida and Pingala nadi. Hanuman Kalisa says that Ashtasthi Navnati K Data Ashvardinjanki Mata Ashtasthi means animatus and finally comes Kama Vasaya. Bajrangabali had all these 8 sthis in which anima means to make your body as small as an anu. Mahima means to make your body huge. Garima is the power to become heavy. Lagama is the power to become light. Kama is the power to get anything. Isattva is the power to decorate and Saitava is the power to control all things. And finally comes Kama Vasaya, that is, the power to fulfill any wish. If you look carefully, then all these sthis are related to manifestation. Out of these 8 sthis, some sthis like the power to fulfill your wish or the power to control everyone can be obtained by arranging Ida and Pingala nadi in Susum nadi. But first of all we have to do this. Do Pingala and Susum nadi have to be understood deeply. Da nadi is connected to the left nostril. It is also called Chandra nadi. This nadi is related to coolness and coldness and it plays an important role in providing mental peace. Pingala nadi is connected to the right nostril and it is also called Surya nadi. This nadi is related to heat energy and activity. Susum nadi is located in the middle of the spine and it is important for balancing both the nadis and higher consciousness. This nadi plays a major role in Kundalini awakening. The simplest way to activate Susum nadi is to inhale till the navel. Such breath which reaches the navel, it releases such energy from all the 7 chakras namely Muladhara Swadhisthana Manipur Anahavisuddhi Ajna and Sahasrara, which activates all these 7 chakras one after the other. This energy is called prana energy which is present in our breath when the breath does not reach the navel. When the breath is light, the breath does not have enough energy to activate all our 7 chakras. That is why there is a secret and method of 111 breaths which is helpful in deepening our breath and activating all these 7 chakras. For this, we have to lie down on our back. Keep a heavy book on our navel and keep our hands behind the head. Lift the book with every breath without moving your chest. Make sure that the rising and falling of the book is clear. Practice for 10 minutes daily. Gradually increase the duration and practice for half an hour. Once you have mastered this technique, practice it in the second and third phase of this process while sitting, standing and walking. Aim to make it your natural way of breathing. Second phase objective, incorporate chest breathing with abdominal breathing. Method, do not let your back touch the wall and now breathe like the first phase. Now raise your hands above the head until the back of your hands touch the wall. While exhaling, lower your hands. Do this practice until it becomes natural and unconscious. It's time for the third step. Start this step only when you have mastered the first and second steps. The third step is rhythm, which is the most important step of the SAS method. The aim is to establish a rhythmic pattern in the breathing. Combine the techniques of the first and second steps. Aim to establish a natural rhythm which will improve physical and mental health.